All right, welcome back to another quick play football game. My name is Brian Hafferkamp. I'm the designer and creator of this game. It is still in development, and so we're playing some the demo teams to see how the game plays. If you have any questions or comments about the game, please leave them in the comment section below. Going to play a couple of good teams together, the Titans and the Buccaneers. So this is Tennessee at Tampa Bay. And you can see I've marked in both of these teams they have the third down percentage advantage. In this game, I'm going to try to play with no offensive advantage, only the momentum cards and whatever is played up here. So I was told by one gamer that the yards per play percentage for a team with a +1 and a defense of 0 is more than Tampa Bay, who led the league in yards per play. It's more than what they got. So let's play with no offensive advantage. Everybody starts even on the advantages, and because I've added these momentum cards and these extra little +1s on the advantage, maybe that's going to make it enough difference throughout the game. So Tennessee has a time of possession advantage, so instead of 2 plays or 2 boxes for each successful play, they're going to go 3, and for every time the defense wins, instead of going 1, they're going to go 2. So I've got to try to keep an eye on that and remember that. Tampa Bay starts with the home field advantage. Let's see who wins the coin flip. It's going to be Tampa Bay that wins the coin flip. And they are going to choose to, let's say they choose to receive. Let's go ahead and switch it up a little bit. So Tampa Bay is going to receive. Who gets the advantage on the kickoff? Tampa Bay and Tennessee. It's going to be Tennessee with the advantage on the kickoff. And the kickoff is a 4. So it's a return of 19 minus 4 is going to be to the 15-yard line. So 1st and 10 for Tampa Bay from the 15-yard line, and we are off. So Tampa does get the +1 advantage just because they're the home team, and that's going to be a 3 to a 3. So Tampa Bay here starts with a 9-yard gain, so 2nd and 1 from the 24. And Tampa Bay has no time of possession team attribute, so they're going to go 2 for a successful play and 1 for a defensive stop. Okay, so this is to the defense, Tennessee, and they make the stop on 2nd and 1, and that's going to bring a 3rd and 1 from the 24. That's a 5 to a 6. Tennessee, another big stop, and they stone cold stop them on 4th down or 3rd down, and brings up 4th and 1 from the 24. Tampa's going to wisely punt the ball. So who gets the advantage on the punt? Looks like Tampa Bay is going to get the advantage, and that's going to be a 10 on top of a 42. So that's going to be a 52-yard punt, so a nice booming high punt. Sends Tennessee back to the, 26 plus 26. So sends them back to the so 50 minus 26 is going to be to the 24. So they go back to the 24. So 1st 10 from their own 24 is Tennessee. Let's take a couple off for that. Tennessee with the football. And they do not have any sort of offensive advantage. It's going to be a straight up 5-3, and there's a big play. And a 44 is going to be a run after contact. So it's going to be 8 plus 2 is a 10-yard gain. And nice run on 1st down for 10 yards. 1st and 10 at the 34. Remember, they go 1, 2, 3 for the time of possession team attribute. Tennessee straight up wins again. And another big play. This time it's going to be a penalty on the defense. So let's see what the penalty is. Penalty is an 8. And that's going to be an offside. So that'll be 2nd and 5 from the 39. No time off the clock for the offside penalty. There is a 4 to a 1. Tennessee wins straight up. And that's going to be a 1st down as they get 6 on 2nd and 5. out to the 45. This time Tampa wins straight up on the roll, and it's going to be 2nd down and 10 now from the 45. And a 5 to a 2, so that's going to be a win for Tennessee. 7-yard gain brings up 3rd down and 3 from the Tampa 48 as they cross midfield. So Tennessee, 3rd down and 3 from inside Tampa territory. That's going to be to the Buccaneers, and they get a stop. And that's going to bring up 4th and 3 from the 48. I think that was here. Must have been there. 4th and 3 from the 48. Let's go and punt the ball. Tampa Bay has the advantage so far because of the home team, so it becomes a little bit more difficult to stop them, although Tennessee did stop them on the last play. So who gets the advantage on the punt? It will be Tennessee, and that's 5 on top of their 44, so that's going to be a 49-yard punt, and that's going to go into the end zone for a touchback. So 1st and 10 at the 20 for Tampa Bay. Oh, sorry. Well, we'll just say that. Okay, 1st and 10 for Tampa Bay at their own 20-yard line. They have the home field advantage, so they will get an advantage on the advantage roll. So it doesn't help them there, 2-2-3. So this is going to be Tennessee making a stop. Brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20-yard line. 1. Oh, good roll there. And Tampa controls this play. It's going to be a 7-yard gain. Brings up 3rd and 3 from the 27-yard line. 8:45 left in the quarter. No score in the first quarter here. So it's going to be a 3 for Tennessee to a 2. And this will be a stop by the Titans. And that's going to bring up 4th and 3 from the 27. So good defensive game so far for both teams. And we're going to have a punt. Who has the advantage? It will be Tennessee with the advantage. So a 9. Tampa's punt number is 42, so a 9 is going to be a 33-yard punt, and 23, so that's out to the 40-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 at their own 40 for Tennessee. So really good field position for them. There's going to be a 2. 2-2 is going to be a win for the Titans, so that'll be a 1st and 10, the 10-yard gain, and that gets them right to midfield. So 1, 2, 3, and got to remember that there's this 3rd down here. Same thing for the Buccaneers. So if we get to a 3rd down situation, Tampa Bay or Tennessee, whoever's on defense is going to get a +1. So got to try to remember that one. There's a 1. They were destined for the 1, and that's going to be to Tennessee. 7-yard gain on 1st and 10 makes it 2nd and 3 at the 43-yard line. So 6.5 minutes left in the quarter. There's a 4 to a 1. That'll be advantage Tennessee, and a big play for Tennessee. So it's going to be run after contact. So we got our 8 plus 2. That's going to be a 10-yard run. So nice run by Derrick Henry. Takes it down to the 33-yard line. So 1, 2, 3, 3. Right? 1, 2, 3. 1st and 10 now from the 33. That's a 2 to a 3. So Tampa wins straight up, and they are going to force 2nd down. 2nd down and 10 from the 33-yard line. Tennessee marching toward the goal line, and they get another stop to the Bucs. That's a 22. 22 is going to be a tackle for a loss. And what is the loss? The loss is 1. So it brings up 3rd down and 11 from the 34-yard line. Time still draining away. That's a 2 to a 2, so this goes to Tennessee. They need 11 for a 1st down, and they only get 6, so it's going to bring up 4th and 5 from the 29-yard line. And we're going to go for the field goal here. That's going to be a 46-yarder. So field goal from 46 yards. For them, their field goal rating is a 10. So they're going to have to roll a 1 to 10. Anything other than that is going to be a miss. So they do get the field goal. It is good. And that gives Tennessee the 3-0 lead. We got a kickoff. Let's see who gets the advantage on the kickoff. That is for Tampa Bay and Tennessee. So the advantage is to Tampa, and that's 8 plus their 19 for the return. So they are going to start 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line. So decent enough field position for Tampa Bay. They still have the +1 advantage. Tennessee, I don't remember if they've made any big plays. I think they probably have. I probably should switch that. I keep forgetting, and it's kind of easy to forget, right? So a 4, so really a 5 to a 3. That's going to be Tampa Bay, and that's 9 yards. So 2nd and 1 from the 36. 2 minutes and 15 seconds left in the quarter. It's going to be a 4 to a 1. Tampa Bay again. 5-yard gain is the first down, and that takes the ball out to the 41-yard line. That's a 6 to a 4. It's going to be Tampa Bay's control again, and a 3-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 7 from the 44-yard line. 1 minute and 15 seconds left in the first quarter. 3-0 is our score. Tennessee leads over Tampa Bay. And it's going to be an advantage to Tampa Bay again. That's a 6-yard gain. Brings up 3rd and 1 from the 50. So Tampa has made it out to midfield, and let's see if they can get the advantage here. It is 3rd down, and so that means Tennessee gets a +1 on their roll. So let's see how that's affecting anything. Tampa's got a +1, so that's a 6, and this is a 6 + 1 for the 3rd down means they get control, and it's going to be a Tennessee stop. And more than a Tennessee stop, it's going to be a Tennessee pick as they make a huge play with the interception. And so let's see how far down the field they go. 5 yards down the field, so at the 45, it'll be 1st and 10 from their own 45. So big play in the game, and that's going to be a defensive stop. So that 3rd down was key. And that's a big play, so we're going to take away their home field advantage. We're going to give Tennessee a momentum card. And it's not a great one, as we're right at the end of the quarter. But they get one. They get the advantage until the end of the quarter, so for one more play, they get an advantage. So we'll take that away at the end of the quarter. But it's 1st and 10 at the 45. Tennessee's up 3-0. They have the ball almost to midfield. That's going to be a 6 against a 2. So Tennessee with the advantage here, and that's going to be a 7-yard gain. 2nd down and 3 on the play, and that's going to be out to the Tampa Bay 48. That's going to end our first quarter. 3-0 is our score. Tennessee over Tampa Bay. Tennessee has the ball. We're going to take away their advantage because it only goes until the end of the quarter. So teams playing straight up at this point. No one has any advantage, and so we'll see how good these teams are. Tennessee will get the advantage in the red zone, which I don't think either team has been into the red zone yet. They both have the red zone. They both have the 3rd down. They both have the clutch. Clutch comes in 5 minutes left in the end of the game, or to the end of the game. If the team is down, then they get an extra +1. So 2nd and 3 at the 48. Straight up roll. This is going to be Tennessee with the advantage. That's a 6-yard gain. Brings up 3rd down first down and 10 at the 42. 1, 2, 3. Tennessee driving into Buccaneer territory. And this is going to be a big play for Tennessee as they have a touchdown. And so that's going to be an auto touchdown from 42 yards as they go in for the score. And Tennessee with the extra point. It's a 10. Extra point is good, and so that's going to be a 10-0 lead for Tennessee as they hit on the big play. This will be to decide the, I guess I should give them the big play card. Trying to remember that. Okay. I think that'll just have to happen for the next drive because they already finished the drive. All right, let's go for the kickoff. Tampa Bay, Tennessee. Tennessee gets the advantage, and that's going to be an 8. So 19 minus 8 is an 11, and that's going to be first. Let's just start a new place. Tennessee, Tampa Bay. So first and 10 at the 11-yard line. Somewhere we crossed over. We'll say this is the 2nd and 3 at the 48, and this is the 1st and 10 at the 42, and this is the TD from 42 yards. Okay. So let's try to get this into the right quarter. Okie doke. 2 off the clock. That's going to be 1st and 10 for Tampa Bay. They do not have any sort of advantage here. That's going to be straight up 5-1, and Tampa Bay wins that one. So it'll be a 2nd down and 1 from the 20. So Tampa Bay with a nice 1st down play. A 3 to a 3. That goes to Tampa Bay as well, and this is going to be a big play. So this is 2d6 and add. So we have 10 plus 12 is going to be a 22, and that's about as good as you can do. So 1st and 10, that's going to be out to the 42. So big gainer there for Tom Brady and company as they get the 1st down. They're all the way out to their own 42 now. This one goes to the defense, and that's going to be a stop on the defense. So 2nd down and 10 at the 42. Tampa Bay with a 2. Tennessee with a 5, so that's going to be to Tennessee. This could be a big play for the defense. That's going to be a sack as they get to Brady, and that's going to be for, that wasn't a good roll, a loss of 3, and it'll be 3rd and 13 from the 39. So 3rd and 13 from the 39. Let's see if Brady has any magic here, and he doesn't. Tennessee with the stop comes up 4th and 13 at the 39. It's going to be a punt for Tampa Bay as they get stone cold stopped by the Titans. Who has the advantage on the punt? It's going to be Tampa Bay with the advantage. So a 7 plus a 42 is going to be a 49-yard punt, and they have been able to play the field position game pretty well. So a 39, that's 11 to 50. Plus 38 is going to be to the 12. So 12-yard line, 1st and 10 from the 12 is where Tennessee takes over. Tennessee has the advantage because they have the momentum, and so this +1 is going to last for this current drive, and then it's going to go away. So that's a 5 to a 1. Doesn't matter there. 1st and 10, that's again a 9. So 2nd and 1 from the 21-yard line. And this is going to be a 5. Really, it's a 6 to a 5 because they have the +1 advantage. And that's going to be a big play for Tennessee. So 33 is to add the number from 1d6. So it's going to be a 6 plus 6 is 12. Brings up 1st and 10 on that 12-yard gain. Takes it out to the 33-yard line. And Tennessee, 9 minutes left in the half. 1 to a 1 is really going to be a 2 to a 1. So Tennessee controls. Another big play. And another run after contact. So Derrick Henry rumbling. So that's 8 plus 6. That's a 14-yard run. 1st and 10 as Henry gets it out to the 47. So nice drive here by Tennessee, trying to end out the half. 2-5, the Buccaneers control. That's a big play from the Bucs, and that's going to be a tackle for a loss, and that will be for 5 yards. So 2nd down and 15. Takes the ball back to the 42-yard line. And more important than that, it switches the momentum over to Tampa Bay. So let's see what their momentum card. Okay, so +1 until the opponent scores a touchdown. So this is a really good one for Tampa Bay. I don't know if you can see that or not. Hopefully, I think you can, right? Yeah. All right, 1st and 10 2nd and 15 for Tennessee as they are at their own 42. That's going to be a advantage to Tampa Bay. So they make the stop. It's going to be 3rd and 15. And Tennessee is in danger of this drive stalling out. So a 5 to a 4. 5 to a 4. That's going to be, well, Tampa Bay gets 1 for the 3rd down. So a 5 to a 5. So it still doesn't matter. Okay. So this is going to go to Tennessee. They get a 5-yard gain, and that brings up 4th and 10 as they dump it off to the running back. The running back can't get the yardage necessary for a 1st down. So we're going to get a punt from Tennessee. Let's see who has the advantage on the punt. It's going to be a 3 to a 4, so that's going to go to Tampa Bay. So a 44 minus 7 is a 37-yard punt. So that's going to put it at the 3 would be 50. That leaves 34 left at the 16, right? 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line. Couple off the clock. 2 off the clock for the punt. And Tampa Bay with the advantage. So as soon as another big play hits, we're going to switch the momentum. But for now, Tampa has the advantage. They're going to roll until the opponent scores a touchdown. They're going to get a +1 on their offense. They've got 5 minutes and 45 seconds left in the 1st half. They're down by 10 to the Titans. And let's see how it goes for them. That's going to be control. A 6-yard gain brings up 2nd and 4 from the 22. So a 4 to a 4, we got the +1 here. So a 4 to a 4 is going to be control for Tampa Bay. And 9-yard gain for 1st and 10 out to the 31. And this is going to be a 2 to Tampa Bay to Tennessee's 1. So they're still in control. 2nd down and 1 out to the 40-yard line. 4 minutes and 15 seconds left in the half. Tom Brady trying to take them down the field. This is control to Tampa Bay again, and that's going to be a 5-yard gain. Brings up 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line of Tampa Bay. 3:45 left in the half. Low number there, so this is going to be a 2 to a 3. So Tennessee wins that one. 3:45 is what it was, right? Now it's going to be a stop by the Titans. Not 3rd down, but 2nd down and 10 from the Tampa 45. 3.5 minutes left in the half as Tom gets them to the line. This is going to be a 7 to a 6, so Tampa with the advantage, and that'll be a 10-yard gain. Nice pass down the field. Takes it down to the Tennessee 45. 3 minutes left in the half. Buccaneers driving down the field. They get the advantage on offense again. Another 10-yard play. So 1st and 10 to the 35. That's going to be 2.5 minutes left in the half. Are they going to run out of time? That's the question. So a 2 to a 3. Tennessee makes the play, and they get the stop. It's going to be 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10 at the 35. 2:15 left in the half. That's 6 to a 2. So Tampa Bay in control, and they don't get enough for the 1st down. So that's going to bring up a 3rd and 3 from the 28. 1 minute and 45 seconds left in the half. Everything now is going to be one at a time as they get into hurry-up mode. This is Tennessee with control, and they are going to get the stop on 4th and 3, and that's at the 28. So this will be a 45-yard field goal. Going to try that field goal for Tampa Bay. Their field goal rating is a 10, so 1 to 10, it's a make, and that one is good from 45 yards. And that's good, and that will get Tampa on the board with 1 minute and 15 seconds left in the first half. Tampa Bay finally gets on the board, even though they've had the momentum here. So let's see what happens on the kickoff. Tampa Bay with a 5, so they're going to control the kickoff, and this is going to go deep into Tennessee territory. So they're going to start at the 13. So 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. Let's see what happens with Tennessee. Maybe they can hit a big play as they get control here, and that's going to be a 9-yard gain. 2nd and 1 from the 22, and that's going to take 1 off the clock as they try to hurry up and get a little something going, and that's going to be a 9-yard gain. 1st and 10 from the 31, and still holding that hope that they can hit on a touchdown or an explosive play and get themselves into position. So they get the advantage again. This is going to be a big play, and so we're going to take away their advantage here. So that's going to be 2d6s. Roll 2d6s and add. So 10 plus 12 is a 22-yard gain. Brings up 1st and 10 from the what is it, 18, 19, and then 3 is down to the 47 of Tampa Bay. We got 1 play left in the quarter, hoping for something big and explosive. That's at least a good start, and they're going to win the roll. And let's see, what does Tennessee have? Oh, a 9-yard gain. So 2nd down and 1, and that'll go out to the 38. Right. Okay, so time is going to run out on them in the half as they could not pull out a big play. But Tennessee, what was their big play? They had a big play. So they had a +1 advantage on the current drive. Didn't need that. So we're going to start the second half with Tennessee getting the ball. And because remember, the Bucs took the ball in the first half. So Tennessee is going to get the ball on the kickoff, and this is going to be our halftime score. Halftime, it is 10-3, Tennessee over Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay's been held in check for the most part so far. But let's see what they can do in the second half. You never know. Momentum starts shifting, and I'm telling you, not giving them that +1 on the offense really changes the nature of the game. Because we're only dealing with 12 with 2d6s, the percentages swing pretty wildly whenever you change anything. So here we go. Tennessee is going to get the ball. Who gets the advantage on the kickoff? That's Tampa Bay, and that is Tennessee. Tennessee's getting the advantage, so it's a 10. So 19 plus a 10 is out to the 29-yard line, and that's good field position for them as they start the game. All right, Tennessee nobody has the advantage at this point. Tennessee does have a time of possession attribute for their team. So that's a straight up win for Tennessee. And this is going to be a big play for them. 2nd and 6, or roll the 2d6s and add. So it's a 10 plus a 10 is a 1st down and 10, but out to the 49-yard line. So just like that, they bring the hammer, and they're out to midfield. And they get the +1 advantage until Tampa Bay scores a TD. So big time momentum change there with that 20-yard gain. All right. A 6 to a 6, that's going to be a 7 to a 6. So Tennessee takes the advantage there. That's a +7. So brings 2nd down and 3 at the at the 44. So 2nd down and 3 at the 44. I don't think I moved that. So Tennessee, 2nd down play. That's a 2 to a 6. So Tampa gets the advantage here. That's going to be a 3. So they make the stop on 2nd and 3. And now that brings up a 3rd and 3 from the Tampa 44. That's a 3. So really it's a 4 to a 4 with the +1 advantage. And that's going to be a 6-yard gain, 1st down for Tennessee as they get just past the 6. And that will be out to the 38. So 1, 2, 3. Tennessee 1st and 10 from the Tampa 38. That's going to go to the Titans. So 8-yard gain. 2nd and 2 from the 30-yard line. Six can't be beat, and so that's going to be a big play here for the Titans as we get 10 plus 7. That's a 17-yard gain. So 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. So a couple of big gainers and big plays here for Tennessee in the first drive of the 2nd half. So that's going to be a 3 to a 2. That'll be a 5-yard gain. He's up 2nd and 5 from the 8-yard line. 9.5 minutes left in the quarter, and that's going to be a 4 to a 4, which advantage is to Tennessee. And that's a 7-yard gain, so they just get past the sticks. They get it down to the 1-yard line. So it's going to be 1st and goal from the 1. And 1, 2, 3, 8:45 left in the quarter. And let's see if they can punch it in. There's a 5 to a 6, so that's actually a 6 to a 6. Advantage is Tennessee. 7-yard gain, and that's going to be into the end zone for TD. So they get a 1-yard touchdown. Let's kick the extra point, and that is good, and that's going to be another 7 for Tennessee, and it's now 17 to 3, Tennessee over Tampa Bay. Okay. Let's see the advantage on the kickoff, Tampa Bay and Tennessee. Advantages to Tampa Bay, and that's going to be a 12 plus their 19. And that's going to be out to the 31. So good return for Tampa Bay, gives them a start in the 2nd half. No advantage, inherent advantage here. So 5 to a 4, that's to Tampa Bay. They start with a nice 6-yard play. Going to bring up 2nd and 4 from the 37. 5 to a 5, that goes to Tampa Bay, and that's going to be a 7-yard gain. So 1st and 10 out to the 44-yard line. So very quickly out to midfield go Tampa Bay. They had really good starting field position. 5 to a 5 goes to Tampa Bay as well. That's a +7. So 2nd and 3, and it will be on the 47-yard line. No, that's not right. The 49. Out to the 49-yard line of Tennessee. About 6 minutes left in the quarter. That's going to be a win for the Titans. And a big play for them, and that's going to be a fumble recovery. And look at that. They just turned the tables with the fumble recovery as the Bucs cough it up. And they're going to take over 1st and 10 at their own 49. So a huge play there in the game. Lots of big swings, and Tennessee just keeps coming up roses in this one. So Tennessee with the +1 until Tampa Bay can score or create a big play and change the momentum. So it's going to be advantage to Tennessee. There's an 8-yard gain, 2nd down and 2 on the play, and that's going to be over to the 43-yard line. So into enemy territory goes the Titans. and they are milking the clock. So this is to Tennessee. That's a 10-yard gain. Brings up 1st and 10 from the 33. And that's going to be a 3 to a 3. Remember, we get the +1 advantage here. So Tennessee wins that one. That is a 6-yard gain. So 2nd and 4 from the 27. Down to 3:15 in the quarter. That's a 2 and a 2. So Tennessee wins that roll. And that's going to be a 1st down with a 9-yard gain. Out to the 18-yard line. 1, 2, 3, 2.5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. Bad roll. A 1 to a 1, and that's going to go to Tennessee. And that's going to be a 9-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 1 from the 9-yard line. So still an opportunity for Tennessee to get a 1st down without scoring. That's going to be a 5 to 3. Tennessee with the control. 7 yards on the gain is a 1st and 10. And that's going to be 1st and goal. Down to the 2-yard line. So Tennessee knocking on the door again here at the end of the quarter. This will be Tampa Bay, and they come up with a big play. That's going to be a sack as they try to throw the ball from the 2-yard line. And what is that's going to be a -5, so it'll be 2nd and goal from the 7-yard line as Tennessee takes the costly sack. It's a tough one. That's a 6 to a 3. Tennessee with the opportunity here, and they are going to go ahead and throw it in for a touchdown. That's going to be a TD from 7 yards as they get a pass there for 9. So that's going to be 6, but the extra point is good, so that's going to be 14 in the quarter, and that will be the last play of the quarter. So they put up a 14 spot, and it's now 24 to 3. And they are really taking it to Tampa Bay on the road. All right, so last play of the quarter, Tennessee gets another TD. They get 2 TDs in that quarter. We head to the 4th. The Buccaneers desperately looking for some scores as they're down 24 to 3 to the Titans. The Titans just doing what they do, running the ball down the field. Look at all these plays. All right. Tampa Bay on the kickoff, a 2 to a 5, so the advantage is to Tennessee. They're going to start deep in their own territory. They'll be starting at the 14-yard line. So 1st and 10 at the 14, not a great run back for Tampa Bay. 14.5 minutes left in the game. Tennessee with the momentum, and we're going to see how this goes. So a 3 to a 4, that's going to go to the Titans, and that's going to be 2nd down and 10. I'm pretty sure I'm missing things all over the place. So I'm trying to play quickly, but not play too quickly. There's just a lot of moving parts to remember. I haven't even been playing the red zone or anything. So kind of a lot of moving parts here till you get used to it. The base game plays pretty quickly. But sort of thinking your way through everything. Tampa Bay actually has the ball now. So this is going to be a Tampa with control of the play. That's a 7 and brings up 3rd down and 3 from the 21. 3rd down and 3, 3rd down play for Tampa Bay. They roll a 3. Tennessee rolls a 2, and so the advantage goes to Tampa. They just get enough for a 1st down, so it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 24. 13 minutes left in the game. Tampa with the ball, looking for some big scores, and let's see if they can get any big plays. That's a 7-yard gain. 2nd down and 3 from the 31. Nothing Tennessee would like more than to just milk the clock here and keep a little bend but not break defense. So for Tampa Bay, it's a 10-yard gain. Out to the 41. And that's going to be advantage Tampa Bay. And this will be a big play. So 10 plus 7 is a 17. So it's going to be 9 plus an 8 down to the Tennessee 42. And more importantly, they get rid of this momentum card and they get one of their own. So let's see how this goes. +1 on the advantage roll until the end of the drive. And that's 2 off the clock. So that's a 2 to a 3. Doesn't matter there. So Tennessee gets control and they cause the 2nd and 10. Good defense there by Tennessee. Tampa Bay with a 5 to a 2. Takes control of this roll, and that's going to be a 6-yard gain. Brings up 3rd down and 4 at the 36-yard line of the Buccaneers. 11 minutes left in the game. Tampa Bay driving. That's a 5 to a 1. And that's going to be a 7-yard gain, so they pick up the 1st down, and that's out to the 29-yard line. So Tampa driving, and Tennessee makes, actually they don't make a stop. That's the +1, so that's a 9-yard gain, 2nd and 1, down to the 20. And now that they're inside the red zone comes in, so they actually get a +2. That's going to be a 7 to a 2, so it doesn't matter there. And that's the big play. So 10 plus 11 is a 21-yard gain, and right there, that's going to be a TD for 20 yards as they take it into the end zone. And let's see about the extra point. Extra point is good. And so the Buccos get on the board with a touchdown. They have the momentum. Let's go ahead and let them kick off. Not going to do an onside kick yet. Let's see if they can make a stop. So that's going to be Tampa Bay, Tennessee. I don't like a tie on those, so let's roll again. So this is going to go advantage to Tennessee. Tennessee adds 3 to their return, so they're out to the 22-yard line. So 1st and 10 from the 22, and that's going to take off. It's going to take off a couple. All right, so we're down to 6 minutes and 15 seconds left in the game. Tennessee has the ball. They do not have the advantage. They have the time of possession, so they're in a good position to milk the clock. So it's going to be a 5 to a 2. An 8-yard gain on 1st down brings up 2nd and 2, and that's out to the 30-yard line. 1, 2, 3, 5.5 minutes left in the game. There is a 6 to a 5, and another 10 yards, and that'll be a 1st down out to the 40 as they are taking off big chunks of time. Are the Titans. So 6 to a 1, Tennessee would control again, and this could be a big play. So that's going to be an 8. So we have 8 plus a 4 is a 12, so that's a 1st and 10. Out to the Tampa Bay 48. And takes a minute and a half off the clock. And on top of that, gets rid of the Tampa advantage and gives them an advantage. So that's going to be, until the end of the quarter, they have an advantage of a +1 on the offense, just exactly what they needed to turn the tide. So that's going to be a 2 to a 3. Tampa Bay with the advantage here. And so it's going to be 2nd and 10 at the Tampa 48. Let's see if Tampa Bay can make a stop. Get the ball back. Doesn't really matter. They're too far down. This is going to be +1. So Tampa with the advantage again. Another stop. Brings up 3rd and 10. And Tennessee is halting at the Tampa 48-yard line, even with the +1 advantage. Although it works for them here, that's going to be a 9-yard gain. Not enough for the 1st down. Brings up 4th and 1 from the 39. And with 2:15 left, they're going to punt the ball. Not going to go for it here. And so let's do the punt. Who has the advantage on the punt? That's Tampa Bay. And that's Tennessee. Tennessee with the advantage. So 8 plus 44 is going to be 52. That's definitely into the end zone. And Tampa will start 1st and 10 at their own 20. 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. So we are inside of 2 minutes. Tampa Bay is down, but they're down by 24 to 10. So I don't think I should do any clutch advantage unless they're within striking distance. So what do we got here? What do we got here? What do we got here? So Tampa does not have control. Tennessee does. And that's going to be a stop for Tennessee. 2nd and 10 at the Tampa Bay 20. Tom Brady time to get it going, and he does here. So this is going to be a big play. So we got the 10 plus 6 is going to be a 16-yard gain. Brings up 1st and 10 from the 36. Another good roll for Tampa as they take control of the play. 3-yard gain. Brings up 2nd down and 7 from the 39-yard line. 1 minute left in the game. Tampa down 24-10. Excuse me. And Tampa's going to win that roll. So it's going to be another 3-yard gain. 3rd and 4 from the 42. 45 seconds left in the half and the game. A 6 to a 1. So that's an advantage to Tampa Bay. And 7-yard gain is a 1st down. So 1st and 10 from the 49, from their own 49. That's a 6 and a 6. So that's tie is going to go to Tampa Bay. And this is going to be another big play. So this is 8. So we'll roll 1. That's 8 plus 3 is 11. So 1st and 10. And that will take them out to the Tennessee 40. It's going to clear this momentum. It's going to give them momentum. And so this is going to be momentum till the end of the quarter, which is very present. 1st and 10. So a 4 is what that was. So really a 5 to a 4. Tampa Bay with the advantage. And that's going to be an 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2 from the 32. And that's actually going to be your ball game. So, Tennessee doesn't score. Your final here is going to be 21-24 to 10 as Tennessee on the back of some strong play. 42-yard touchdown here. That was a huge one. And a couple of field goals, right? They got a field goal, only one field goal. They had a couple of TDs where they punched it in the 4th quarter. That was, or in the 3rd quarter, I'm sorry. That was pretty huge. Oh, I never separated out the second half. That's why. So there was these 2 TDs were in the 3rd quarter, and then this was their 4th quarter drive. So they didn't get a lot in the 4th quarter, but they did get this turnover, which was big. They did get this turnover, which was big. So they won the turnover battle, 2-0. And this is going to be so the final, 24-10. And I'm sure I missed so many things as I was playing. The game is super fun, moves real quick. I really like it. It gives a flavor of football without having to go through all the details. And if you're a detail guy and you really love the details of the football game, probably not going to like this very much. But it does. You can play football games quickly. You come out with realistic plays and scores. And that's sort of what I'm going for at this point. If we can add detail without adding a ton of time to the game, that would be awesome. Otherwise, it's got a lot of detail right now, and think of it more as an impressionist painting than photorealism. If you want that, there's lots of really good football games that are just mini rolls to get you to the minute details and all of those things. If you want something a little more than quick play, if you want something a little less than 2 hours, then maybe this game is good and right for you. And you can play it while you're watching a game. You can play it while maybe an hour in the evening or in the morning or something like that, or when you get a little downtime. Go to the link in the description and you can download these game components. So you're going to get the big play and penalty cards. You're going to get the team cards. Again, you can get 4 teams. So we have the Bengals and the Giants as well, which they don't have these team attributes, you can see. But I'm trying something out, playing it straight up with no offensive advantage. and you can see that it gave a real advantage to Tennessee, and you can feel the swings of the game a little bit more. The last game I played was New York 31, Cincinnati 27. That was playing with Cincinnati having a +1 advantage, but the Giants were getting lots of momentum changes and big plays. And so, that tends to happen in football. Teams can get big plays. So that's how those things work. All right. I think that's it from here. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comments section below. If you think the game is crap, let me know. If you think the game is the best thing that you've ever seen, let me know. If you think it's somewhere in between, but it could be better, let me know that too. You can send an email to advancedstatsfootball@gmail.com, or you can just leave a comment down in the comments section below. You can also catch me on Facebook, and you can typically catch me on the Delphi forums under the username OnBase. So let me know what you think, and check it out, play it, get a feel for it, and begin to add in some of the little elements after you sort of get the major plays down, where you're just doing, rolling for the advantage, rolling for the yardage, that sort of thing, and rolling for the big plays, and remembering the momentum cards, because that's really going to change everything in the game as these big plays happen. All right. If you want to subscribe to the channel, you can. Just click that little subscribe button. If you click the bell icon, then you'll get notified whenever I put out new videos. Putting out more new videos for the Advanced Stats Football channel, because obviously we're creating this game, and I've got another game in the works, which is almost ready for me to show as well. So there's some things in the hopper for football, as football season is upon us. We got making the cuts down to 53 this week, or next week, and last preseason game, I think, is this week, and college football starting, so football is on everybody's mind, and maybe this will be a good opportunity to play something sort of medium fast, and hopefully you enjoy it. If not, let me know how we can make it better, and we'll try to make it better as we move along. All right, I think that's it for me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time.